I'm Connor Boyack, author of the Tuttle Twins book series. You've got a question, whether they are religious or not. I've got the answer. Now, in our main Tuttle Twins children's book series, we've got a variety of different books. We've also got books for toddlers, books for teens. You can see them all at TuttleTwins.com/products. Now, the question about whether they are religious or not is something that we often get because myself, I am a religious person. I am a Christian. Some people are often wondering if we write our books from that perspective, if we put religious things in the books. Sometimes charter schools are wondering this because they're not apparently supposed to use taxpayer dollars, to buy books that are teaching religious ideas. So it's a very fair question, and I'm going to answer it for you today. The simple answer is that the Tuttle Twins book series does not teach or really have any religious content of any kind in it, with one minor exception. In the first book that we wrote, this is the Tuttle Twins Learn About the Law. In here, we're talking about what rights are, what justice is, what personal freedom looks like. And if you don't already know, all of the Tuttle Twins books in the children's series are based off of classic texts, important books or essays that were written decades, sometimes centuries ago. And so all of these books are taking all of that deep wisdom from these highly popular books and materials and distilling down the core ideas, wrapping them in a fun story, and then we got a Tuttle Twins book. With this first book that Elijah and I did together, the Tuttle Twins Learn About the Law, this is based off of The Law by Frederick Bastiat. Let me grab it right here. So this is Frederick Bastiat, and in 1850, he wrote this essay called The Law, La Loi in French, because he was a French economist. Very short, very simple. We actually sell this on our Tuttle Twins website as well. If you go to TuttleTwins.com/products and scroll all the way down, you'll see this pamphlet. It's only $1, very short, but it packs a punch. Teaches really well what the law is, what our rights are. So we based our version of the book off of the ideas in his highly, highly popular essay. Now, in here, he talks about that God is the source of our rights, that he is our creator, and as such, we derive our rights from God. So in this book, we talk about how, just as it says in the Declaration of Independence, right, that we have this creator and that is the source of our rights. We talk about that in this book. It is not denominational. It is not a particular definition of God. There's no kind of theological or anything else kind of perspective like that. It just says, as many of the founders would say, right, that God is the kind of author of our liberty and the source of our rights. And so this is the only book where God is mentioned. So for those of you who may care about this or are curious about it, my own particular denomination is not represented in any of these books. We're not aiming for this to be a proselyting tool at all. The other books just teach economic and historical type of issues without any religious content at all. Some of the families in our Tuttle Twins community are atheist or agnostic. And so typically what they'll do is they'll buy all the books and they will either exclude this one from providing it to their children, or they'll have their kids read it, but they as the parents will share with their kids, hey, many people believe this. Here's what we as a family believe, and then they'll just kind of help their kids approach it from that perspective. Totally fine. You do you, whatever your family wants or needs to do. But if you're Christian, if you're religious, if you're believing person, just understand this is not a book series designed to promote faith values or religious principles, other than, again, that mention that God is the source of our rights. So I hope this has been informative to you. I hope that answers the question. Again, our goal here is to teach economic and civic and political truths that are not being taught in schools today, and quite the opposite. The schools are teaching ideas hostile to these values and these ideas. So all the more reason why we're trying to do what we are with the Tuttle Twins books, make sure that we are providing you as parents with resources to talk to your kids about these ideas and help them learn how the world works. That's what the Tuttle Twins mission is all about. That's what the books are designed to do. And so other than this one, nothing else even mentions God. Again, as a believing person, my perspective is that God kind of is involved in all of this stuff, but that's not the purpose of the book series. So I hope that answers your question. If you have any other questions, feel free to scroll through our videos on YouTube, follow us on social media, feel free to reach out with any of your questions, or you can contact our customer service team at info@TuttleTwins.com. If you're ready to get the books, head to TuttleTwins.com/products. You can see the full list there, or at TuttleTwins.com, you can get a special deal on the book series. We hope to see you there and get your kids started reading the books.